All right, then. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, our friends. Good morning, our viewers. Good morning, everybody, wherever you are in different parts of the world. If you are, um, whatever time of the day at which you are, I just want to encourage you all this morning because this is the day that God has made and we are glad we rejoice in it. Good morning, Silvio. Good morning, Sister June. It's a pleasure seeing you on the platform today. We are glad to have you. Hello, Janet. It's good that we are having you on the platform. I heard about your program the last time, and I heard it was a wonderful experience. We hope to see you sometime. Hi, Bennett. It's good morning. Glad to have you here. Vlad, Bob, Amas, hello. Thanks for joining us today. Hello, Foster Tembo. Hello, John. We are glad to see you today. It's a pleasure having you here. Today we're going to be having a wonderful time together, and it's going to be a time of reflection, a time of a time at which we can find out where we are at the moment and where we should be. Okay, because the topic is let go of negative soul ties. Let go of negative soul ties. Last week, Esther and Chioma was live. We're broadcasting together, and it was a really fantastic, opportunity talking about what ladies should do to maximize their singleness. And that was a wonderful time that they spent together because they x-rayed several issues that affect women, especially the single women. And that is something that if you have not seen that video, I'll encourage you to go ahead and look at our previous videos on YouTube, on our Facebook page, and I know that it will bless you. Okay. Hello, Bigabwa Julius. It's a pleasure having you on the platform. Okay, so let us kick off then. The topic is let go of negative soul ties. Negative soul ties. So, sorry, that's my alarm that it's time. So, what are soul ties to begin with? We are going to be talking about negative soul ties. Then we talk about the positive soul ties, and what we will base our talk squarely on negative soul ties. But first, what are soul ties? Now, I checked the dictionary to guide me, in preparing this broadcast, and I looked at one of the dictionaries called Urban Dictionary. All right, and it says soul ties is a spiritual or emotional connection you have to someone after being intimate with them, usually engaging in sexual intercourse. Okay, now that's the way the dictionary puts it. All right, but you and I know that the dictionary doesn't give us a whole picture of a concept or an issue, because the world is always evolving, and so several new things may have been attached to an issue. Okay, so now I want to point out at something in that definition. It says a soul ties is a spiritual or emotional connection you have to someone after being intimate with them. Now, the word intimate, talks about nearness. So sometimes you can be intimate with someone without engaging in sexual intercourse with them. So this issue of soul ties is not limited to sexual intercourse alone. It also spread across different areas as well. Take for example, you have a friend at which you share the same value system with. You have similar backgrounds. You have similar life experiences with. You connect with each other. Now that's soul ties right there. Okay. There are several kinds of soul ties that we see today in different parts of the world, in the educational sphere, in business, in socials, in in the religious circles and things like that. The main thing here is when you are connected with someone that you have a that kind of connection is a strong connection that both of you share mutual benefits. It's like having a marriage with someone, okay, but not officially. All right. Now, soul ties comes in when you want to detach from that person and you find it very difficult to do so. Now that is soul ties right there. Is there anyone in your life today? Is there anyone in your life today that you find it very difficult to detach yourself from them? Even if you are far away from the person, you are always thinking about the person, or you are angry about something, or you remember memories that you somehow, somewhere want to keep in your mind because you feel it is personal to you. That's soul ties right there. So it's not only when you have sexual intercourse with someone that you feel that a part of you is given away. When you spend your life with someone, in different areas, and you feel that a part of you is in that person, whether male or female, okay, and you want to rid yourself, you want to break that relationship because of one thing or the other, or you feel that you're not on the same page anymore, and you find it very difficult to do so, then that's soul ties right there. So I don't know who I'm speaking with today. I don't know why I got inspired to prepare this broadcast, but I know definitely that this is what God wants to do, in the lives of so many people. I believe that God wants you today to rethink yourself, rethink your life, and see those people that you have soul ties together with, and then think immediately of letting go. All right, and we'll be talking about them. Now, quickly, I want to mention some points that is beneficial for us. The first point is this: soul ties are powerful. They have strong influence over you. They determine most times what you will or what you won't do. That is the effect of soul ties. When you have soul ties with someone, the person, subconsciously controls your mind, controls your thoughts, controls decisions that you make. That is soul ties right there. Hello, Fred Akaye and Peter Okubal. We are glad to have you on the platform. Please, we want you to contribute to this live broadcast. We want you to make your comments, write your comments in the comment section. We'll be reading them out as we go ahead. Okay, this is very important for us because it should be a platform where we rub shoulders together. All right. The second point I want to make is that soul ties come from a connection that you make based on a need. Please underline that word, need, or based on mere lust. Based on a need or mere lust. All right. Take for example, some people have great connections, strong connections with their parents. Why? They enjoy the parental care, all right? And even though they are grown old, they find it very difficult to detach from their parents. I'm sorry to say this, but some men have this problem. All right, they are called mommy's boy, all because before they make decisions, they involve their parents. They involve their mom. All right, and that is not a good thing at all. But nevertheless, it's a soul tie. All right. Now it is based on they think they have a conscious need to always access this person. Now it could also be a mere lust. You think you need something, but in the real sense you don't need it. It's a lust. You lust after something. For example, maybe somebody is highly placed and you want to get connected with them, or there is a special attribute that a person has. Now, because of this attribute, you want to have the same. So you get connected with this person. You don't check if that person is valuable to you. You don't check if the person's character or mindset is the same kind of character or mindset that you have. You don't check if the same person has the same value system that you have. Okay, and that's something that that is the problem there. So it becomes a lust. You are enticed, with something or about something, and then you get connected with them based on that thing. All right. So it could be the need for love. It could be need for family, need for friendship, need for money, need for sex, need for influence or fame. Okay. So that is what soul ties. That's what generates soul ties, actually, from the very beginning. Now, because it is based on what you crave for, which is either a need or a lust, you become entangled with the person or the group of people you are attached to. So sometimes it is not just one person, maybe a group of people. All right, maybe a congregation, maybe some particular kinds of friends. It may be, some religious, environment and things like that. So, yeah. So, soul ties is the physical act of giving yourself to another person that makes you vulnerable. The problem with soul ties is that you become vulnerable. Vulnerable to what will happen between that relationship. For example, because you do not want to detach yourself from that person or that group of people, you are vulnerable to whatever it is that they want to get from you. For example, you have outlined what you have to do for a particular week. But because they want you to be in their circle for a particular time, and even though they are not in your plan, because you are vulnerable to them, you cannot say no. So that is the problem there. Okay, so basically there are two kinds of soul ties according to the output. Okay, now these are, number one, healthy or positive soul ties, and unhealthy or negative soul ties. I'll take it again. Healthy or positive soul ties and unhealthy or negative soul ties. Please, as we are going on, hello Jacinta. It's a pleasure to have you on the platform. We urge you to contribute to this. If you have experiences with soul ties, or anyone and you see any of the traits that you can remember, please write it down and let us share these experiences together, this knowledge together, so that we can all benefit and it can be a great blessing to us. Hello Tumushabe, it's a pleasure to have you here today. Okay, great. Now, what are healthy soul ties? Healthy soul ties are those strong connections that you have with people or with someone that is beneficial to you. Beneficial in a positive sense. For example, maybe the what you get from that relationship is that the person builds you up. Maybe they gives you the person helps you to increase your morale, or the person helps you to get better at what you do, maybe in life or in business, or the person encourages you to aim high, to achieve better things in life. Or that is a healthy thing, because it is somehow adding to you, it is lifting you up, it is encouraging you. That the relationship, is grooming you to becoming better every now and then. Okay, so this happens between parents and children. This happens between mentors and mentees. This happens between friends. This happens between spouses as well. Okay, this happens between pastors and their congregations as well. Okay, now any kind of relationship that you have that is increasing you, that is benefiting you, that is lifting you up, that is not ridding you of your individuality, that is not ridding you of your self-respect, that is not ridding you of your virtues and your values, that's healthy right there. So that's a healthy relationship. Now, the end product of a healthy soul tie is that it brings peace, stability, joy, and prosperity to you. It brings peace, stability, joy, and prosperity to you. Hello, Anuojo. It's a pleasure to have you here on the platform. And Barongo Johnson. Irene, it's good to have you also here on the platform. All right. Now let's look at the other kind of soul ties. We have the negative or unhealthy soul ties. Now, usually what we call negative soul ties actually begins positively. So actually people don't see a madman on the streets and then they get attached or have a strong connection with them. It doesn't really happen. So it usually starts positive. It starts positive. June is saying, when deciding to have connections, we need to find out how is this connection adding towards fulfilling my passion. That's right. That's a very good way of checking a relationship before we really get fully into it. Now, great. So now I was talking about negative soul ties. So actually it begins positively. You don't see a madman on the street and you have a strong connection with that madman. It doesn't really happen. It never happens unless the person also has gone insane. All right. So, but it usually begins positively. It begins from the circle of the healthy soul ties. Those parents, those spouses, those lovers, those pastors, those friends that you have, you think that you are working together, you have the same value system together, you share the same mindset together, you are benefiting from each other. But the moment you decide to step out of maybe your comfort zone or step out of where they think that they will not be able to get the benefit that they get from you anymore, and they in turn do not want that to happen, then it begins to turn unhealthy, because selfishness comes in, greed comes in, the egocentrism comes in, and if care is not taken, the person's relationship will be distorted, and some other things begin to follow, like abuse, like physical abuse, hitting each other, cursing each other, speaking abusive words with each other. You know, I have seen several cases, for example, of this unhealthy soul ties. So most especially when it comes to failed relationships between parents and their children, for example, when the parent does not is not enjoying the fact that the son or the daughter is doing what they don't want them to do, even though such things are positive, but because it is no more beneficial to them, it is exempting them from their relationship, then they begin to take some rash decisions that will begin to affect you negatively. And that is it now gradually becomes a negative soul tie, because the output of that relationship is causing you more harm than good. It's causing you more harm than good. All right. Now, another example is cases where you have lovers. Some people, some maybe not Christians, maybe just secular people, and sometimes it happens to some people who have the faith, but somehow they are compromised their faith. So if they begin to live with each other, or maybe they break the edge, they begin to sleep with each other and stuff like that. When they see that one of them sees that what they are doing is wrong and decides to pull out, the other will begin to do some negative things or abusive things to the other person. Okay, and the reason is the benefit that they enjoy from each other is removed, is detached. All right, and because one of them who is from that party is benefiting such a thing, the person wants to continue enjoying that kind of relationship, but the other person doesn't want it anymore. Okay, so to ensure that the person continues to do what he or she wills, then they begin to do several kinds of negative things to harm the other person. Okay, I've seen cases where maybe those who are separated or divorced sue each other to the court, based on maybe child issues, finances. The other day, my wife and I were watching a case on the TV channels. It's called Judge Judy. Okay, now there was a case whereby two lovers were living together. At first, they knew their characters, they knew their weak points. But the moment one of them began to think differently, the other one became, paranoid about it. And for that reason, he or she sued the other one to court because he decided to leave the house. All right? And that's a big problem over there. Okay? Now, the person still wants that relationship. The question is, why did he or she sue him or her to the court, to demand for some things? It's because that they feel cheated. They feel that they have a connection with the person, but they feel cheated right there. Okay, and because they are still attached to that person, it is difficult for them to detach themselves away from that person. That's what really happens. Now, if you fall into the category of or maybe you have slept with someone in the past, anytime you remember that person, you feel that a part of you is in them, because sexual relationships is like a bond. It's like a bond. When you sleep with someone in the past, you feel that connection with the person soulishly. All right. So anytime you think about them or anytime you see them, it's something that jumps in your heart or in your mind. It's because you are still somehow connected to them. And that's what this live broadcast is all about. We need to let go. We need to let go, because if we do not let go, we feel incomplete. We feel incomplete. But God has created us to be complete beings, whole beings. So what we need to do is to retrace back our steps. If we have done something wrong in a relationship or against each other, we should try to correct what we have done wrong. All right. If you have sinned or you have trespassed, repent of your sins. Okay. Renounce those sins. Accept the Lordship of Jesus Christ, and then declare your freedom. Live with a positive mindset. Ask God for help to, realize who you are. Then when this happens, you regain back your wholeness mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. Okay. Yeah. Esther is saying here, negative soul ties can result when one party, example, the parent, feels they are losing their authority over that child. That's it right there. Or it could be between spouses. One party feels they should have control over the other party, over the other person. Okay, that's a good one there. Thank you. June is saying here, another sign of an unhealthy relationship is when you find yourself the only one sowing in a relationship. You are the only one who initiates any move. Such a relationship is very draining, because you realize you no longer benefit from it. Ask yourself if you still need it. Yeah, that's what this talk is all about. If you are in a relationship and you feel that you are the one who is always giving, the person is not giving back, or you feel you are being used, you feel you are being manipulated, if the person is not being honest with you, in most cases, it is better to check yourself and to, redefine that relationship. It may be a relationship that you must let go. You must let go. Because if you do not let go, you will end up, going down the drain. Some people who have bad characters, or who have developed bad characters over time, if you are in a relationship with that kind of a person, you may even begin to emulate, unconsciously emulate that kind of a character, the bad characters, and that will not be a good thing at all. That will not be a good thing at all. Esther is saying here, the reason we need to let go of negative soul ties is that God has created us as complete beings. That is, we are whole in Him. That's right. Hello, Malik, James. Thanks for coming on the platform. Please make your comments as we go on. We're talking about letting go of negative soul ties. So, actually, the problem with soul ties generally is the issue of having to dominate over the other when God has made us equal. Okay, so usually the other person dominates over the other, all because they want their will to be effected. They want their will to stand. Okay, and that's not a good thing at all. People stick to soul ties because they feel no one else can give them what they want. or that it will be difficult to have someone like their soulmate, or simply because they feel they can change that person that they are entangled with. Now, these three things are something that we need to think about. You see somebody that is suffering in a relationship and you say, leave this person, break that relationship, get free from that relationship. Now, I forgot to say something. It could be even being in the workplace. You are working with an organization or with a boss, and you are there because they are paying you a high salary, but they are treating you like, like a nobody. They are treating you, the boss is treating you as, it talks to you anyhow, things that he can do so many, things without you. I mean, you just giving yourself to him or the organization and things like that. They feel that they are lord over you. All right. Now that's not a good relationship at all. So you are not letting go of that organization or that employer, all because the person is paying you well. Now that's not a good thing at all. You need to understand that you are an individual. You are someone that must be respected, must be valued, no matter where you are. If you are valued, if you are respected, then it shows that they respect that relationship, no matter where it is, whether in the workplace, whether it's a love relationship, whether it is in the family, between parents or siblings. They have to respect you. They have to respect your individual self. Okay? Now, maybe you are also entangled with that person because you feel that you can change the person, you can make the person to become a better person. If you see that you've tried to do it times without number and there is no progress, it's better to call it quits. Let go of that unhealthy relationship. Those kind of relationships destroy your life. They destroy your mindset. They destroy your vision. They destroy your personality. They destroy your social connection. They destroy your network. Okay? So please, let us try to understand this. Now, what are the signs that you have a negative soul tie? Signs that you have a negative soul tie. We just have 1 more minute. I'll see what I can do. Now, first, if you are around someone and you feel sad, you feel empty, you feel afraid, you feel unfulfilled, it is most probably that you are with a negative soul tie. Our time is up, but I'll just speed up the few points that we have here. Number 2 point is this. If you find out that you are picking up the bad characters of your soul tie, when I say bad, I mean things that are not publicly accepted, okay? Things that are demeaning, things that's not about moral values, all right? Okay, if you find out that you are picking up bad characters of your soul tie and exhibiting it to others, then you need to check that soul tie. You have to let go. Number 3, if you feel you are being tormented, whether the person is around you or not around you, you are afraid of what the person will say, what the person will do, what the person will deny you of, what the person will not give you, then that may be a negative soul tie. You may need to check it and let go of it. The last point, based on signs that you have a negative soul tie, is, though no one is perfect, but if the bad side of your soul tie it outweighs the good part of your soul tie, then that is not a healthy soul tie at all. Because the person will have to relate with you, relate with others, and if you see that the person is not, showing good qualities, if the bad qualities of the person, outweighs the good qualities, that is a negative soul tie. If you are in such a relationship, you should try and let go, because it will not do you and it will do you more harm than good. Okay, June says here, a healthy relationship will seek to develop you in different aspects of your life. That's it. Thanks, June. June, you are a blessing to us. By the way, we will still connect with you, because remember, we have some work to do together in another topic that we can share together with our friends and the public. I believe that God will bless us all. Yes, thank you, Ugwai Peace Chimdindu. Thanks for joining us. All right, now to end this topic, if you are in a unhealthy relationship, if you have a negative soul tie with whosoever, please sit back, think through it. You may need to let go right immediately. You can take some time away and rethink if that person really is improving you or not, or if you feel that you are being used. You need to rethink everything and check if the person is willing to improve you or not. If the person is willing to improve you, then you can give it a probation. Give it a probation and see what happens. But the truth of the matter is, if you have a negative soul tie, they usually abuse you. And so if that abuse, if you want to stop that abuse, the best way is to let go of that soul tie. All right. Esther says, let go of any unhealthy soul tie at the place of work. Yes, you get the money, but you have no voice there. When wrong habits are being picked up in a friendship, and when the bad is outweighing the good, let go of that relationship. Now, our action point for this week is, let go of that unhealthy soul tie. It is that relationship that is preventing the positive soul ties to come. I'll take it again. Let go of that unhealthy soul tie. It is that relationship that is keeping the positive ones to come into your life. All right then. So that will be the end for today. And I believe that we all have benefited from this live broadcast. I want to encourage you all, as we have begun the new year, to begin to think differently, because life is short. Maximize your time, maximize your values, maximize the relationships that you have. But most especially, while you're maximizing everything that you have, always think about one single thing, the most important thing: God. Let God reflect every decision that you make. Let God reflect everything that you do. And I know that when that happens, it will guide your actions. So that will be the end for today. Thanks everybody for joining us. God bless you all. Hope to see you next Saturday, same time. God bless.